Students, welcome you all, and I know that you all are very excited to learn the new topic today. I'm Yogita, welcome you to this learning session. Today our topic is psychiatric nursing, and what concept you are going to learn today is delirium. Delirium, yes, you're right. Now delirium is also known as acute organic brain syndrome. Okay. Now, delirium is a acute organic brain syndrome characterized by impairment in consciousness, restlessness, impairment in perception, and disorientation. So you can see all these things with the patient dementia. Delirium. Now delirium, here person is having impairment in his consciousness. He is not conscious to the environment, not oriented. Disorientation is not oriented to the day, time, place, and a person. Perceptual disturbance, very commonly we can see illusion and hallucination with these patients, and definitely when the person is experiencing all these things, that they're confused, they can hear the things which is not present, they can see the things which is not there. When happen all these things, then definitely he will be restless. So this is what you mean by delirium. This is a condition called delirium. Now, what's the etiology? Now, there may be some vascular causes like hypertension, or else encephalopathy, atherosclerosis, arteriosclerosis, or intracranial hemorrhage, vitamin deficiency like deficiency of vitamin thiamine, consumption of metals like lead, mercury. They're consuming all these things, because of that they may chances are there to develop this delirium, as well as some infections like meningitis, encephalitis, or any fall, okay, any accidental fall, any post-operative conditions, or person may had a stroke, heat stroke, any road traffic accidents, or else a person may have some environmental causes like drinking alcohol. Drinking alcohol, his withdrawal from the substance what he has taken, intoxication can happen. Now because of all these factors, there is a chance that may lead to delirium. Okay, so this is the etiology. Now what's the clinical feature? The clinical feature of delirium is, as how we discussed, it is impairment in consciousness. We can see a cloudiness in patients. It may range from drowsiness to coma, stupor. Disorientation, person is not oriented to the day, time, place, and a person. Restless, psychomotor activity, he can have some hyper psychotic movements. Person is having perception disorder, illusion and hallucination can be seen. Now illusion means misinterpretation of the stimuli, and hallucination means false perception. He can pursue the things in absence of stimuli. Person will be little depressed, person will be irritated, exhausted, disturbed in a sleep wake schedule, insomnia, nightmare, incontinence of bowel and bladder. Person is having a fluid imbalance, deficiency of nutrition. These all can be seen with the patient. Definitely, how we can diagnose, as we said before also, like this is a simple way. We have to collect the detailed history of a patient, physical examination, a complete mental status examination of a patient, as well as CT scan, X-ray, MRI. These all will help us to rule out what is the cause for this delirium. How we can manage the condition? We can provide a basic treatment for the physical underlying causes. Okay, if the patient is having hypoxia, start with the administration, like administration of oxygen. If the person is having like endocrine causes, or diabetic or something, hypoglycemia, in that case start with the dextrose. Person is having insomnia, not able to sleep, you can give some diazepam. Person is having excessive psychomotor activity, psychic complaints, in that case administer antipsychotic drug. Person is depressed, feeling of worthlessness, hopelessness, in that case we'll provide antidepressant drug. Okay, so this is a way we can provide a treatment to the patient based on the exhibiting of complaints. So based on the complaint what they shows, we can treat the patient. Now, what's the nursing management? A very important is routine assessment of a patient. Routinely, you assess the condition of a patient, maintain their daily activities, as well as plan their chart, plan their work schedule from the wake up time till the end, how they have to do their work, and schedule the food pattern, because of forgetfulness, yeah, they may not take the food on time, so we have to schedule their food pattern. Control the bowel and bladder, train their bowel and bladder, like they have to go for the toilet, what time, like we will have alarm system, we will mark the calendar system, like once they go to the toilet they'll put a cross mark in a chart paper. So this is a way we will train them, we'll reward them the way they will behave in a good way. We will reward them, we will have a good communication with the patient, we will have a simple instruction, maintain the personal hygiene of a patient, we will allow them to take bath, we will allow them to change the dress, and we'll make them to keep themselves clean and hygiene. So routine work will be followed with the patient. Maintain fluid electrolyte balance, we will give you sufficient food, oral fluids to the, okay. Also, we'll have to provide a safe environment to the patient. That means the external stimuli must be reduced so that we can reduce the fear and anxiety level among the patients. And room should be very calm and quiet. Sufficient light should be there so that person will not have any confusion. Very important that we will have the personal meeting the personal need of a patient, as well as we have to provide a good orientation to the patient. Each time you introduce yourself to the patient, because sometimes patient may not able to identify you, so always introduce yourself and make the patient very clear that whom you are and why you are there with the patient. So clear that, give a simple instruction, use a simple language, meet intake output chart of this patient, provide sufficient amount of oral fluids, bowel, bladder, personal hygiene. So you do regularly everything to the patient, so that will help the patient to live a normal life. Okay, so general nursing measurement like interventions, everything we can implement here generally, because definitely patient is disoriented, restless, not having a proper consciousness, perception disorder. Definitely this fear and anxiety, stress, irritation, inappropriate emotional feelings, responses, these all things will be very common. So it's very important that gradually in a systematic way we will implement all our nursing intervention to the patient, so that we can help the patient to have a easy, normal, happy life. I hope you understood. Almost these organic brain disorders like dementia, delirium, muscular dementia almost comes in a similar condition. So once you know one nursing plan exactly to write, that will be really helpful for you to write all these conditions. I hope this matter is very clear to you. Today we discussed dementia. I got confused. Today we discussed delirium. I hope you don't have any confusion now between dementia and delirium. Thank you all. See you in next video. Bye.